Right. Good morning. Welcome to the mat. Welcome to your practice. Please support yourself in a nice lift of your seat so that you can be at ease in your spine, your hips, your knees. If you're still not, then beside lifting the seat, support under your shins. And then give a little press down into all of your points of contact. Root into the earth, and from that rooting down, lift and blossom your heart open. Invite your breath to deepen and lengthen. Welcome in the breath of spring, the new beginnings, the blossoming. Imagine that light of sky into your heart, kissing your heart with your yes to life. Extend the exhale and invite a letting go of any tension, busyness, distraction, anything that you may not need for your practice. Imagine, if you will, it flowing away and becoming compost, or putting it up on a shelf if it needs to be attended to later. And breathe in the new, the now, your yes. Let's touch the earth and ground down, rooting into the earth. Let us remember all that has brought us here, all the guides on our path, all of the friends, teachers, lineages, all that has happened to us to inspire us forward, whether that was actually inspiring or painfully inspiring, whatever it might have been. Thank you to the fullness of life, to all the lessons, to all that have come before us and handed these practices down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And follow your next inhale to open wide and just gather up energetically. Let's consciously welcome whatever needs to be seen or felt through the practice, and center and focus down through the mind down into the heart. Push into your hands, pause at your heart, and lift your heart to the hands. There, breathe. And to your dedication, to your practice, to your day, to being present, moment to moment, in whatever way it takes to be breathful. And sometimes this may mean pulling back, slowing down, or pausing. Let's commit to the breath here as our first and last teacher. Deep, full, long, smooth breaths, if you will. Imagine this breath guiding you through your practice, and where it is struggling, pause, slow down, maybe pull back to allow again the smooth, powerful guidance of the breath. Exhale and pour your breath out. Letting go breaths. Inhale, breathe your heart's yes to life. And if you will join me, one great Om on your exhale. Breathe into your heart's yes, and imagine it into the beautiful blossoming of spring around you. The courageous unfurling of all of the flowers, etc. Imagine this into your own heart, you also blossoming fully with this season. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale again, your heart's yes to life, if you will, with me. Ring, just like the Om. Ring. Exhale and empty. Inhale, your heart's blossoming. And press into your pinkies and thumbs and blossom your fingers open, Lotus Mudra. Again, imagining into your own blossoming, your offering. And let's lift that heart up to the sky. And ripple it out, blossoming all around you, opening wide. Maybe give your fingers a little wiggle, your wrists a little spiral as you do any little fluid movements there. And then make your way with a strap to lying on your back. Welcome, Daria. Feel free to let me know if you have any requests or anything going on that I should know about. Soften the light here a bit. And then we'll meet lying on the back with a strap nearby. At first, we'll just hug into the knees and breathe and feel the grounding of earth beneath us. I'm just waiting for Daria's chat. While you come to earth, hug your knees into your chest. Curl. Thank you, Daria. Okay. Hug your knees into your chest and really just take this pause to give yourself a big hug. To receive yourself on the mat this morning. Beautiful human, experiencing the fullness of life, the ups, the downs, the challenges, the blessings. Inhale, and as you exhale next, curl into your legs and give yourself a big hug. Squeeze, head to the knees. Inhale, press and squeeze. And then place your feet to the earth, press into your elbows, squeeze your shoulders on the back. Inhale, lift the hips up. Next inhale, pull the right foot up as you push into the left leg and lower down. Hug in, curl in, squeeze. Big breath, receive your hug. Next inhale, unwind, press into the feet and your elbows, squeeze the shoulders, lift your chin, bridge up, lift the left leg, push into your right foot and lift up. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Hug the knees into your chest. Inhale, hug that right knee in as you extend the left leg out, hovering above the earth. Inhale, hug both knees in. Exhale, switch. Inhale, hug both knees in. And then right leg to the sky, left leg can be at 45 degrees or closer to the earth, what feels good. And just notice whatever tightness is there in your hamstrings, curl in. And second side. Lay on back, hug both knees in, grab your strap. And you can place the feet to the floor if you want while you set up. And let's fold the strap exactly in half so that it's not looped, but just folded. And we'll take the center of the strap right around the ball of the foot, kind of cradling the ball of the foot there. And then loosely wrap your hands, just a very loose wrap on your hands. And extend that right leg out, or whatever leg you've got. Extend the opposite leg out. The buckles are getting in my armpit. That feels chilly. Okay. And we're going to pull your knee down towards your shoulder. With your hands loosely wrapped, spread the toes wide, flex the foot, and really muscularly activate in that foot. And now tune into your quadriceps, all the muscles on the front side of your thigh, and feel a lift up of them. Pull them towards your hip and push those quadricep muscles into your thigh. Incidentally, your leg's going to straighten. But what we're really wanting to focus on here is that action in the quadriceps. So we're looking to really wake those quadriceps up to support the opening of your hamstrings, so that we don't just go into trying to stretch muscles that are resistant, but we give them support and thereby balanced action and less apt to overstretch or injure. Less strong quads, good thing. Lots of benefits. So good for the knees, etc. So let's just play with that. Keep pulling down and then lift those quadriceps and push them into your thigh. Really even try not to straighten the leg. Just let it happen. This should be so, really, I think it is for everyone I've worked with so far, that when done properly and most effectively, your leg just starts to shake like you're pushing in a gym, one of those presses. God, my gym knowledge is shabby. I've been there a bit, but it's one of those presses with weights that you push your feet into, and when it's really heavy and your muscles just start shaking, that kind of feeling, the muscles just shaking like they almost can't push their own weight. And they can, but we want to trigger less used connections within that muscle. So that's what that shaking is. And he's waking it up there in a different way of the way we usually use this muscle, these muscles, quads, all four of them. And we'll do a couple more, pulling back and then pressing up. You should get to be a nice burn in those quads, feeling very, very warm. And take your time. Once you're done, we're going to take both sides of the strap into your right hand. Bring the straps around the outside of your right knee or whatever leg you're on, and then come behind that knee and pull from the inside. So you externally rotate the toes out to the side and keep grounding that leg towards the earth. And as your toes point out to the side, we're going to begin to open the leg out to the side. So again, toes point towards the earth as much as they can. Use your other hand on your extended thigh, leg, and root that hip and thigh down so they don't try to pop up to give you space, but you really get the space from a nice big stretch across the front of the hips. Follow your next breath or so to pull that leg up. Use your arm strength a bit so the muscles stay at ease, and then unwind the strap. Hold the strap with your left hand or opposite hand and bring the upper leg hand to that hip crease. Push the hip crease down, shift the hip away from the ribs, and then keep your sacrum imprinted. Push your sacrum into the earth. Really, really, really push the sacrum down as you ever so slowly take that leg cross body. So here we're trying to get into the outer set of hamstrings and a little TFL, tensor fasciae lata, and IT band. Keep shifting that hip down, press that sacrum strongly into the earth, and take the leg cross body only as far as that sacrum can stay rooted at first. Another breath or so. And then with either hand, straight or bent knee, take the leg all the way across the body. Hold the foot or the leg, lift and turn your head to look away from that leg, and keep shifting the hip down. Breathe a twist. One more breath cycle. And then take your time, use your arm strength again to help pick that leg up. Hug the knee in, hug both knees in, and then switch the strappage to your other foot and extend that bottom leg out long as you're ready to. Gently wrap the hands around your strap and pull the foot down. You're cradling under the ball of the foot, and then pull that knee down towards the shoulder, shoulders on the back. Inhale, spread those toes out, activate the foot, draw them back, nice muscular action in the foot, and then lift your quadriceps, press your quadriceps strongly into the thigh, lift them up, press them into the thigh, lift, lift, lift quads, press them into the thigh. Go with some resistance there until you feel that shaking get going. And incidentally, the legs straight. Watch out for when the brain tries to take over and just goes like, all right, whatever, we know how to make a straight leg or work towards straight anyways. But we don't want the bigger muscles that are usually used here to take over. We want to engage in a little different way to support the work we're going to do today. So pulse that, just pulling down, and then really focusing on lifting quadriceps, engaging them fully, press them into the femur, the thigh bone. Incidentally, leg straightens or moves towards straight, I should say. Please stay and play with that, or next time you work towards straight there, keep the leg up and switch both sides of the strap to your left or that leg hand and wrap the strap around the outside of that knee, behind the knee, and then give a little pull from the inside of the knee. So you're helping externally rotate the leg, turn your toes to point out to the side, and as you open the leg out to the side, the toes begin to point towards the earth. Anchor that other hip and thigh, press it down with your hand. Root, right hip, right thigh down, reach equal and active through both heels, and deep full breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Another breath or so. And then use your arm strength, pick that leg up, unwind your strap, hold with the opposite hand, and take the left thumb or that upper leg thumb to your hip crease, push that hip crease down, shifting it away from the ribs, and press into your sacrum. Really try to get the whole triangle of the sacrum imprinted. Keep that sacrum imprinted and slowly begin to take your left leg cross body. Just part way, and while the sacrum stays fully imprinted so that you get the outer hamstrings, TFL, IT band, push sacrum into the earth, and slowly take that leg to wherever your breathful edge is. Soft jaw, soft tongue, couple more breaths. And then as inspired, go ahead and take that leg all the way over to the side. Hold the heel, hold the leg or the foot or the knee, straight or bent leg. And then keep shifting that hip down away from the ribs. Lift and turn your head, looking away from the leg. Root cross body through the shoulders. And deep full breaths. Letting go breaths. Take your time, pick that leg up, remove your strap if you haven't, and bend your knees, hug into them. And let's begin a little rock and roll on your spine, forward and back. And then maybe cross your ankles and roll through to hands and knees. Find your way to hands and knees, however you get there. And pull on the earth with your hands under shoulders, fingers spread wide. Pull hands towards knees without moving them. And inhale, open cow. And exhale, round cat. With your breath, just a couple more. Some days I like to use that lion's breath in cat, and I am going to invite it right now, as now we're going to turn the toes under and roll on back to sit on your heels. Good morning, souls. We'll get the feet awakened to get a little more of the leg muscles awakened. And inhale, stretch your arms up, breathe into that sensation in your feet. Exhale, tongue to chin, eyes to the sky, and pull the elbows and shoulder blades down and together on the back. Breathe deep into an energetic purging. 3 more. Clasp the hands behind you, squeeze the shoulders on the back. Inhale, open your heart, and exhale, lead with the heart forward. Tuck your chin and come to the crown of the head. Pull with your hands, lift the hands up to the sky and overhead towards the earth. And keep that going. Squeeze the palms, make it like you're trying to pull them apart. Lift the hands up to the sky and then overhead towards the earth. Very active work. Squeezing or releasing any stiff in the shoulders, neck, brains. Let it drip out to the earth. Another deep full breath cycle. And then you can release the toes. Give them a little tap out if you like. Pull back with your hands. Roll on up back to all fours. Hands strong under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Pull hands and knees towards one another. Melt your heart down between the shoulders. Inhale, and as you exhale, toes under, lift up and back, downward dog. And let's play in this down dog. Inhale, lift up high on your tippy toes. And exhale, root down into your heels. Lift the toes up as much as you can. And of course, if you can't root the heels, you could walk a little closer, or just don't worry about it. Just energetically move the heels towards the earth. And at the same time, see if you can lift and spread the toes. And let's play with that a few more. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, heels, lifting the toes up with your breath. One more. And step the right foot a little more towards the midline of your body. Pull back strongly from the core. Claw your fingers. Really try to get the weight out of the hands. Very light wrists here. Maybe even play with clawing fingers and lifting the wrists. Little pulses there.
Keep the fingertips that strong, wrist as light as you can. And inhale, straight leg, open the left foot out to the side, and then cross it over behind the right leg. So as much as you can, straight leg and big, big circles, drawing with that leg. Of course, I want to acknowledge lots of knees may be bent here, and that's okay. You could play with bending and straightening even. Look at your standing foot. Make sure you're equally activated, inner and outer ball of the foot, and check out the ankle. We want to make sure that ankle is straight and strong. Switch directions of the circles with your upper leg. Last breath or two. And then hook those left toes behind your right Achilles, or that leg that you head up. Hook the big toe and second toe behind your heel or Achilles. Pull that heel down, root it as much as you can. Pull back from the core. Relax the neck. Of course, your knee can always be bent as much as you need, and then play with pushing into the foot and lifting those quadricep muscles again to try to find a little more support towards straightening the leg. Stay there as you like, or cross that left foot over behind the right foot about 45 degrees, and however wide feels good, maybe 6 to 12 inches. And then walk the hands back to your feet. Shake the hands out. If by chance your hands reach the floor, you could bring the backs of the hands to the floor and press them against each other, the fingers, and stretch them towards your face. That's a nice wrist release there, or just shake the hands out. You could hold the elbows or your head as you like, and a couple more breaths in this forward fold. And then we're going to unwind the legs, walk it back out, back to down dog. Take any movements there to feel breathful in the shape. Feel your hands, active fingertips, light wrists. See your feet equally activated. And let's actually step the left foot to midline, and then really be sure that you're engaging inner and outer ball of the foot, inner and outer heel, hug of the earth, lift the arches. And as you're ready, right foot wide out to the side and cross body behind that left leg. Big, big circles. And switch directions. And take your time as you're ready. Hook those right toes behind, or whatever foot was just up, behind your Achilles or heel, and try to draw that heel down. Give it some rooting. Draw back from the core, really active core. And again, claw fingers. Maybe you can play with lifting the wrist up. Last bit on the hands here. Stay with that when you're ready. You could step that foot wide, about 45 from your heel, and then walk the hands on back towards the feet. Again, you could just shake out the hands there, or bring the back of the hands to the earth and stretch the fingers, pressing against each other towards your face. Hold your elbows or your head, a few more breaths. And then inhale, unwind, stretch it out, downward dog. Exhale, bend deep into the knees and hop or step forward. Inhale at the front of the mat, bend the knees as much as you need. Flatten your spine out, really lengthen your spine, lift the shoulders on the back. Inhale, and as you exhale, fold and round over the legs. Inhale again, bend the knees as much as you need, push into your shins and flatten the spine, lengthen it out. And as you exhale, let your spine round and straighten the legs as much as you can. Again, inhale, bent knees, long spine. Maybe your legs are straight there. That's great too. And then exhale, rounded spine, straighter in the legs. And sink into your seat, swoop the fingertips, open up into Utkatasana. Exhale down into your seat. Inhale, press and rise, lift your heart to the sky. And exhale, swan dive over your legs, bending them, of course, if you need, flat as you can. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, so you're in a right leg lunge. Push into the feet and squeeze your inner thighs together. Send some weight into the back foot, hug into the core and rise up, hands to hips, or as inspired, hands to the sky. You could always hook your thumbs or clasp the hands there. Find any variation of arms that supports your breathful, steady stance. Inhale, lengthen out here, deep full breaths, active feet, squeeze into the thighs. Inhale there as you exhale. We're going to pick the back knee up, stepping forward. You could always make that a two-step process as needed, or pick it up, squeeze the shoulders on the back, lift your heart. Inhale, reach down for that ankle or foot. And if you can, turn the hand around so the thumb's up on the inside and that shoulders externally rotated. And then kick back as you reach the front arm forward. And just take a moment with your dancer self here. Last big inhale as you exhale. Come on back again if you need to. Set on the earth or just lift the knee up. And ankle over knee, flex the foot strongly. Sink low, press your hips back. Sink low, soft jaw. Press into that shin or ankle and knee. Reach your hips back, low back in, heart forward, soft jaw. A couple more breaths. Big bright inhale here as you exhale, pull up from the bottom, arch your pelvic floor, your core, lift that front leg and set it down. Maybe you want to shake the other leg out or just any little movements there. Feel into your feet. Excuse me. And then exhale, arms down. Inhale, gather up. Exhale, center and focus. Feel that warmth, that energy, life force thriving in your body. Breathe and repeat your yes here, your I am. Next inhale, let's lift that heart to sky as you sink the seat down and back. Utkatasana. Exhale into the seat nice and deep. Inhale, press and rise, standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale and fold. Thanks, buddy. And step the right foot back, left leg lunge. Squeeze the feet towards one another, hug those inner thighs, press into your feet and shift some weight into the back foot as you hug in. Rise up, hands to hips, square up, root down as you lengthen up, shoulders on the back. How's your jaw? How's your tongue? Any variation of arms as inspired. Breathe and repeat your yes, I am. Last big inhale, and as you exhale, hug in, shift forward, pick that back knee up. Find a moment here to steady, and as you're ready, you could slide the hand down to the back foot and maybe flip that hand around so the shoulder rolls open, thumb rolls up, palm open to the side. Hold the foot or the ankle and kick back. Other hand could counterbalance or support you in any way. Breathe your nataraj, your dancer pose, cosmic dancer, breathing that cycle of life, everything coming in and out of form.
Last big inhale or so. As you exhale, pull back to center, reset on the earth as needed, or pick that knee up. Excuse me again, an ankle over knee. Flex the foot, sink low, hands to the femurs, hips back, heart forward, long spine, soft jaw, maybe elbows to ankle and knee. Press into whatever points of contact you have and reach seat back. Heart long, back of the neck long, jaw soft, smile your seat, maybe a little lower. And last inhale or so. As you exhale, hug you in, maybe pick that knee up again and then step down. Maybe shake out that standing leg. And then we're going to hop or step with whatever foot you need to come wide into a wide-legged stance. Parallel your feet or even turn them in a little bit, pigeon-toed. And hug the feet strongly to the earth so that the arches are very lifted. All the muscles of the feet, inner thighs, legs are all very engaged. Pull to center. Inhale the arms out, rotate palms up or open a bit, squeeze the shoulders on the back, lift your heart. Hugging feet to earth, muscles to bones, everything plugs in to your power center and shine out from there. Breathe and repeat your yes to life. Last big inhale here. As you exhale, fly the arms down, clasp the hands, maybe non-habitual clasp, opposite thumb than what feels natural to go to first. And then pull on your clasp, squeeze the shoulders, pull on the hands, again, lift the arches, nice strong muscular action in the legs. And any breathful edge of back bend. Breathe and repeat your yes to life. Good. Big inhale, keep those feet active and spin thighs back, heart forward, booty back, release the head. Squeeze those palms, lift them up to the sky, and again overhead towards the earth, relax the neck. Hands could stay there, or of course at any point, walk the arms down the legs, hold your ankles or feet. Or you can walk the hands back behind you and draw your head towards the earth. Deep full breaths here. And again, very actively feel your feet. Hug feet to earth, lift the arches, hug your muscles to bones, lift your quadriceps, and try to keep that kind of muscular action in the legs whenever we're being steady here. You could give the shoulders a nice fluid roll around, give the head a little nod to roll out any weird sounds, extra points. And then let's play from here. Really hug feet to earth and lengthen the spine. Walk the hands out underneath your shoulders. Pull, pull, pull with your feet, lifting. Keep the feet where they are, but really hug in, squeeze like you're trying to pull the feet together. Pull, pull, pull them together. Inhale and exhale. You can relax everything a little bit. Still some engagement, arches, quadriceps. And inhale, lift back up, maybe onto the fingertips, and turn your heels in as far as you can. And then your feet parallel with the heels. Lift and spread the toes and then hug the earth. Pull feet towards one another. Lift those arches, squeeze muscles to bones. Strong, strong, strong activation in the legs. Really like you're trying to squeeze those feet together. Lots of muscular action again, likely. And it's good. There's some shaking. Inhale as you squeeze and pull, and exhale, lengthen the spine over the legs. You can release some of that tension, just keep the support.
Next inhale, press back in, lift the chest, shoulders in line with hips, and turn heels in, and then toes in until they're parallel there. Lift and spread your toes, hug the earth with your feet, and pull, 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 lift those arches, lift, drag those feet together. Oh, I can't, but you're trying to. So we're gonna keep them where they are, but lots of muscular action. Again, nice big inhale here as you hug, 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 and lengthen. And then as you exhale, hold. Bow in. One more time. Heels in, feet in line with the heels. Of course, if you've reached an edge, you can play with that same edge and not go further. And active feet, lift and spread the toes. Hug the feet to the earth. Try to make like you're trying to pull the feet towards one another. Lift those arches, kneecaps, quadriceps. Hug, hug, hug. So much action in your musculature with the long spine. Inhale. And then as you exhale, fold in, you can let the spine round, hug into your legs. They should be pretty warm by now. And now walk the hands forward again so that your hips are in line with your heels and your hands are under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide and claw the earth. Inhale up onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, and exhale. Step wide or hop wide. Inhale, and as you exhale, again, lift up onto the toes and hop back together. If that's a little much for you today and you want to just pulse, tiptoes, heels, rocking back and forth in this half forward fold, great. Otherwise, light it up together, light it up wide, hopping together and wide, again with a lot of action in your fingertips there. You can be on the palms, but keep the fingertips very strong. Beautiful, everyone, nice and strong. We're going for 5 more sets. Try to catch some air. Take your time, and we'll land back in the wide-legged stance. And rest. Give your hands a shake out, roll around, stretch, shimmy your shoulders. Relax your neck. Deep, full breaths. And then walk your hands towards your front foot. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. And step in so you're just about 3 feet apart with your feet. Feet are as parallel as you can, as turned out as needed. Push into that front foot, especially the ball of the big toe on the front foot, and pull back from there, from your medial glute or your outer hip muscle. So push through the ball of the foot, pull that outer hip muscle back, squeeze your inner thighs. You could bring your thumb of the same side as the front leg, bring that to your hip crease. Push that hip crease back, lengthen the waist, especially on that front leg side. Lift and spiral towards the front leg. Stay there, or that opposite hand could come outside of your heel and push the shin and forearm into one another. Again, press into all points of contact, squeeze inner thighs, lengthen your spine, lift your heart, and spiral into rotated triangle. As inspired, you can lift the top arm to the sky or not. It could stay in your hips. And then challenge here, lengthen the breath out, smooth the breath out. Focus on that exhale, bring your breath into the back body as much as you can. Last 2 or 3 breaths. Take your time. Once you're ready, we're going to step back between the legs. Let's this time turn the heels in, toes out, and sink low. Bring your elbows to your thighs or your hands to your thighs. Press them wide, long spine. You can stay just with the hips here or play with that spiraling of your spine, moving with your breath. So this could be more restful and grounding or more spiraling.
And take your time in the next breath or two. Again, parallel your feet and bow in. Relax your neck, your jaw. Find a big yummy breath. And then as inspired, walk towards your second side foot or step switch if you want to be facing in different direction. And front foot forward, back foot as power. Turned out as needed for more stability. And then make like you're trying to pull them towards one another. Lift the quadriceps, squeeze, lengthen the spine. Really root into that front foot, big toe mound, and pull back from the outer hip there, from the gluteus medius. Lengthen, bring the thumb to that hip crease, and push that hip back. Lift the navel and lengthen the spine. Spiral towards the front leg. And you could stay right there, or maybe that inner hand, bottom hand, comes outside of the heel or thereabouts, and shin and forearm press into one another. Root into all points of contact, lengthen. Find your breath fullness, and then maybe that arm to the sky. And deep full breaths. How's your feet? How's your tongue? Breathe and repeat your intention here, your I am. Find a smoothness of presence, breath, intention, even in the challenging of this big pause. Breath into the back body, last couple. And take your time. When you're ready, unwind, heels in, toes out. You could take a little swim in the hips there, just kind of sway that side to side. That could be more upright and more of a dance if you are so inspired. Upper body up and hips low. Any movement, side lunges, make it yours. Take about 6 breaths and see what calls you there. And last breath or two, play with it as you like. When you're ready, come towards a relative stillness. And let's walk towards our right foot or front foot again. Back knee down. You could rest on that front thigh as long as you like. Really bend deep into that front knee. Give the hips to the earth and get a big stretch there on the front of the psoas and the quadriceps. Trying to get as much opening as you can now in the front of the leg after all that engagement. Soft jaw. Stay low or as inspired, push into that front thigh. Unfurl your chest, lift up. Stay there, push into that leg with one hand, reach the other arm up. Optionally, squeeze those inner thighs together, reach both arms up. Stay there, or one hand could come back for that back foot. Adding a quad stretch, maybe a little more back bend. And listen here to what's right for you. Stay there. You could slide maybe the toes into your elbow and hook your fingers. Press your head back in mermaid. Stay with that or switch the hands. Left hand or opposite hand as the front foot could come wide. Turn those right toes or front toes out to the side. Knee and toe point in the same direction. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. Lift your heart and lay back. Let's find any little movements or variations around these poses to find more opening, fluidity in the front of that hip, quad, psoas, back bendiness, whatever's right for you right now. How's your jaw? How's your tongue? Please stay with that as you like, or unwind. Push into that front leg. Work the leg towards straight. Maybe you draw the toes back. Here, back knee could be up or down. You could pivot on that front heel and take a little hip swing, or begin to slide out towards Hanumanasana. We want to keep that engagement that we've been working on of active feet, inner thighs hugging, quadriceps lifting. So we're supported in this opening. Breathe to whatever breathful edge of back bend is there for you. Soft jaw, soft tongue. Don't push it, don't force it. Be where your smiling breathful edge is even. And I want to say for years, I practiced this pose kind of playing around with it since I was a kid, and I was always like a foot and a half off of the earth. It wasn't until I was 30 and I started being an aerialist at 30, which is old for an aerialist, that I really committed to getting my splits. And that's when I got my long splits. I will never, and I've accepted this, get my wide splits. So just know your body, listen to your body. Know when you're efforting or just hanging out, and when you're forcing and don't pull back. And know that all of us are built in different ways. Some of us will easily get one pose and never get a different one. And that's okay. Let it be interesting. What's here for you right now? You could stay here longer, or turn the back toes under, hands inside the front leg, lift the back knee. You can just step back and take a little rest, or maybe take a good old-fashioned vinyasa. Swoop that front leg back. When you're ready, left foot or your second side forward. Again, you might take pause to just kind of really inquisitively get into that front hip, quad, hip flexor, psoas. And bend deep into the front knee. Give the weight of your chest and shoulder to that thigh. Let the head hang. Feel into that connection of the back of the head, neck, spine, wrapping around into that open side psoas, hip flexor, connected to the quadriceps. Letting go breaths. Please stay with that as long as you like, or as inspired, begin to build it up. Walking up the leg, pressing in, unfurl your heart. Give your body to the earth as you grow and stretch and rise up out of that with your spine, your heart, your face. Find any breathful edge of back bend. Again, you might really press into that front leg to rebound off of it. Stay with that. Lengthen one or both arms up. Stay with that, or maybe bend that back knee and add any edge of quad stretch. Pulsing in and out of poses could often be easier if something is really challenging. Or find an edge. Smile, breathe into it. Maybe turn it into a new edge, sliding the toes into the elbow pit or your antecubital fossa, finding a mermaid variation. What is breathful and possible for you, be with it. As inspired, maybe switch hands and take a little rotation on this. Your front heel toe will turn out about a 45, and that other hand goes wide outside edge of your mat. Squeeze inner thigh, squeeze shoulders, lift heart, maybe lift the corners of your mouth. And yeah, slide the ears back over the shoulders. Big breaths. Letting go breaths. Another 3 or 4 breaths, any variations to any rotations or pulsations, any ideations to find what else is there, what's going to help deepen that breathful release of your quad psoas. Excuse me. And when you're done with all that, find the back foot back in line with your hip. Push into that foot and pull back again from the outer hip. Peel the toes back and drag on the earth, heart forward, back knee up or down. This could be a great place to just kind of swing your hips and breathe into so much space we've made today. And if you're so inspired, maybe begin to slide that heel forward. Keep a little pull on the feet and inner thighs, like you're trying to work them together at the same time as you find your breathful edge of extending outward. How's your jaw? How's your tongue? Usually if your tongue is hard and you're gripping in the jaw, there's some indication you might be forcing or going past where you're breathful, where it's beneficial for you. So stay in the beneficial zone there. Deep full breaths. Last couple breaths. Again, you could stay longer as you are, play with any variations, or bring the hands inside the front leg, turn the back toes under, lift the knee. Inhale as you exhale, swoop back and move through vinyasa. Excuse me, and take a pause in downward dog. Relax the neck. Notice if probably your hamstrings feel any different than they did in your first downward dog. Pull back from the core. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend the knees deeply and hop or step through to lying on your back. Oops, knocked my camera out there. And then take your time when you come lying on the back. Hug your knees into your chest. And we'll play again as we began. But I invite you to let this really be about sensing as we come full circle in our practice here. What has moved or changed? Sense into remembering your first hugs on the mat today and the first movements that we took and likely the resistance that you felt there. So inhale, and as you exhale, curl in, tuck into your knees, and give yourself a hug. Inhale here, and as you exhale, hug the right knee in, extend the left leg out. Inhale as you exhale, pull it back. Inhale, and exhale, switch. Inhale, pull in, and this time we're gonna extend the right leg up, extend that left leg out. Maybe you can walk up higher and curl in this time. Your edges there. Inhale, maybe even don't need to tuck the knees this time and just switch straight legs or tuck, bend, and extend to wherever your edge is. Take your time, inhale, hug in. And then come down to the earth. Press into your heels, press into your elbows, lift your chin, press into the center back of the head. Squeeze the shoulders, root into your heels, lift your hips, lift your heart, bridge up. Deep full breaths here in bridge. You could interlace the hands behind you or place your palms to the floor, fingers pointed towards your shoulders. Find whatever breathful edge of back bend is there for you. And this, of course, could be more restful. You could place your feet, your sacrum on a block. Stay here in your bridge or pick one foot up and lift as high as you can onto the other toes. Exhale, lower it down, switch. Stay as you like, or maybe you come down to your head, forearms, clasp your hands, lift your chest, Maybe walk the feet out. Lots of variations here possible. Feel into what's right for you today. And last couple breaths playing with back bend, and we'll slowly unwind when you're ready. Back to the floor. Hug your knees in. Right leg up, left leg along the floor. Inhale as you exhale, curl into the right. And then lay on down. Take that leg cross body into your twist. Shift that hip down. Lengthen that top arm up and over. Optionally, you could bend the bottom knee. Reach down for that ankle or foot. Find any variation of twist. If you're going for that twisted root twist, then you'll kick through both feet. Lift and turn the head, looking away from the top leg. Stay with this as long as it feels good for you, or whenever you're ready to come back, let's come into ankle over knee. So bend both knees, right ankle over left thigh. Draw that left thigh in. You could stay with this hip opening here, or rock and roll it around, or play with any variations, including core. Optionally, extend that bottom leg up. Walk up it as you curl it towards you, maybe towards plow. Last 4 breaths or so. What's right for you here? And slow and steady as you're ready, unwind. Maybe both legs come overhead, and then nice and slow unwind to legs straight back up in the air. Extend that right leg down, or the one that you had in the hand before, and curl into the opposite leg. And then lay on back, take that leg cross body, lift and turn your head spiraling away. If you took that twisted root, bend the bottom knee, reach down for ankle or foot, kick out through both heels, lift your head and spiral away from the top leg. Deep, full, rinse water breaths. And stay with that as long as you like. Maybe in the next breath or two, you come back to center, crossing left ankle or opposite ankle over knee. Interlace the hands behind the bottom thigh. Pull back as you ease the top thigh away. Soften your jaws. You flex that top foot actively, rock and roll it around. Or extend the bottom leg up. Walk on up it as you curl it towards you. Maybe a plow variation. We've got 6 to 8 breaths, any variations of the hip opening or adding plow, a little more hammies there. If you're in a plow variation, maybe extend both legs overhead, pause in a full plow, or Karnapidasana, knees to forehead, temples, or ears. See what feels right for you. Possibly you want to take a little visit into shoulder stand if you are so inspired. Or put your block back under your sacrum and just lift the hips, the feet to the sky with the sacrum on the block in a supported version of shoulder stand. Otherwise, you might walk the hands down the back towards the shoulders, reach through your heels, lift your chin. Optionally, you could move yourself towards legs up the wall for your final resting. If you are working from shoulder stand, you might move back through a plow before you're done, and then roll out with the hands just under the edge of your seat, elbows squeezed in as you slow and steady squeeze and lower the legs down. Elbows in, squeeze shoulders, lift the heart, Matsyasana or fish pose. You could continue to lift with the heart there and come on up to find a meditative seat, or release your hands and ripple on down to find Shavasana. I'll encourage you to do both, but I'm only going to be with you about another 5 minutes. So you find what the right shape for you is for this time together, either a meditative seat or any supported final resting shape. Final resting shape. Press and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze muscles to bones. Give yourself a big, big hug. And exhale, melt, melt, melt. Any tension, busyness in the body mind. Inhale and squeeze into it. Hold it, exaggerate it. Inhale, hold, exaggerate. And then exhale, let go. Soften, release. Body to earth. The shoulders melt, elbows heavy, hands heavy, ears heavy, relax. Remember yourself beyond form. Riding upon the breath, flowing of its own accord in and out of this apparent form of your body. So I am. Sa. Riding the swan of the breath, We remember our infinitely transforming self. The powerful grace that we all are all blessed with. I encourage you to stay resting in breathful awareness of your vast and infinite nature, or to transition into shavasana or meditation as the breath leads. Maybe you're transitioning into your day next. Again, let it be by way of the vehicle of the breath. Listen and observe the breath. Let the breath lead you to what the next move is for you. I am grateful to be here and share this practice with you. I'm going to end or depart from you with an om and a hring. Please stay as you are or move slowly only when your breath says yes. Oh. And let's breathe. Imagining the blossoming of your heart, your mind, your yes, through your body, mind, through your life, open to the sky, rippling out the benefits of your practice. May all beings benefit. May all beings be blessed, joyous, free. Namaste, beautiful humans. Thank you. And namago. Drink lots of water. Please, again, stay as you are. Just transition with your breath. I'll see you again soon. Bye.